And we are live. Hey guys, this is Rob from RB1S Studios in Marshfield, Massachusetts, and we're going to do this quick little video update today from RB1S Studios here in Marshfield, and we wanted to try out some new equipment. We began to receive some brand new equipment here at the studios this week. It's been a long process moving forward and backwards for that matter. Long time waiting and a lot of anticipation, frustration, disappointment, and elation all at the same time when it finally started to arrive here this week. And we're quite excited about it, so we want to do a little bit of a dry run here today. A little bit better improvement over the Fisher-Price M1917 Marine Corps issue. This is a little bit more of an upgrade for us. We're still using similar methods that we're used to using, so you might notice some improvements, hopefully, and moving forward and in the future, you're going to see a lot more moving ahead. But first, we wanted to give you a little bit of an update since our last video update. This is going to be part 1 for June. We'll do a second video for June in the upcoming weeks, and we just wanted to touch base on a few things, namely that some new equipment has started to arrive here this week. There's going to be more coming, better lighting, and some other things going on to improve some of our background and some of our graphics and all that type of thing. We're working together with a local graphic artist here in Marshfield. In fact, they're neighbors of ours downstairs. We're on the second floor, so there's businesses downstairs. So one of the businesses that happens to be downstairs is South Shore Signs, and they've made a nice little sign for us for outside of the building. We're going to put that up later on today so we can move forward with that this week and improve some of our deliveries here from DHL, UPS, FedEx, and whatnot, Amazon. Sometimes they have a little bit of trouble finding us back here. It's a little bit of a different setup. The building that we live in and the studios is in is 100 plus years old. It's part of an old railway depot. In fact, the building that we are in right now, at one point in time, going back to the old steam train, steam engines, used to house or store coal and wood for the trains. And so newly renovated as of 2 years ago. We first moved in here in 2000, early 2021. We've been quite excited to be here. We have our own little studios up here, as you can see in the background. It's a little setup. Nothing much to rave and jump up and down about, but it's nice to call it home and nice to have a studios like this. Our hobby bench is right here in front of us, and we're going to be recording some videos here and making some improvements as we go along, but we wanted to get something started here, do a little bit of a dry run and walk through a few steps, something that we're familiar with doing, and then progress from there. So you'll notice some improvements coming up. Like we had mentioned, that we're working together with a local graphic artist. We're going to be coming up with a relatively new RB1S Studios logo, and you'll be seeing a little bit more of that moving ahead on different social media with badges and banners and different things. We're going to put it into a digital format, and they're going to walk us through the steps of how to go about this. We've had to reach out to some people that have better knowledge on the subject than we have, and we're definitely excited about it. We wanted to stay local and give a localized business some attributes and some attention, and working together with them. And since they're neighbors of ours, it's a plus situation, and we're looking forward to that. So you'll notice that RB1S Studios will have a new logo, and we're going to be working towards having a merchandise swag shop of our own, and you'll have t-shirts and hoodies, coffee mugs, and stuff like that. We're going to be working together with Teespring. Some of you guys out there might be familiar with that. Some of our buddies out there on social media and on YouTube and on Patreon, such as Rick Lawler and his propaganda, Has an online merchandise shop with his logo. We got his T-shirt on here today, one of his older ones, and we liked what we saw and how they did business, and you know, we're going to be looking towards that. We're going to be working together with Teespring with coming up with our own logo, with our own swag, and also our friends out in the West Coast and the west side, western part of the state, the Plastic Posse podcast also have a merchandise shop for their gear, and they also use Teespring as well. So it's a win-win for everyone. It may be a month or two before we actually have that in position to actually move forward with it, but we'll definitely let you guys know about it. We'll definitely be posting up the links on some of our social media. You can find Red Beach One Studios. Our main base of operation is on Telegram. If you guys do not have Telegram, get the app today. Be sure to download that app, create your user profile like you would normally do for any other type of social media, and then come find us, Red Beach One Studios. We have a channel on Telegram. We have a daily blog on Telegram, and we post up all kinds of great stuff for you guys. New kit releases, intel drops, work in progress from our own bench, our own material. We also have a chat group set up over there for our subscribers to interact with us and each other. A lot of the guys have been chiming in and making comments and posting some work in progress of their own and open discussion for modeling, armor modeling, figures, and diorama. That's what we do here at Red Beach One Studios. A lot of our personal interests go up. A lot of the social media that we like to watch, like to follow on YouTube or on Patreon or in general. We like to post up and promote some of those guys out there like Rick Lawler and Mike Rinaldi and some of the others out there that we like to support because they in turn respond to us and support us in return. So that's a great win-win situation. Some of the podcasters out there like the Triple P, those guys have been great to us over the years, and we're looking forward to working with them in the future again. And they're doing a great job with their podcast. We wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out today because we've noticed in some of their more recent podcasts that they've been mentioning Red Beach One Studios. We are one of their deputy marshals over on Patreon, and we help support them that way. So along with Mike Rinaldi and Rinaldi Studio Press and Rick Lawler's Propaganda as well. And of course, Martin Kovacs, also known as Uncle Night Shift. But anyway, we wanted to touch base with you guys and bring you up to speed on some of those things. We've had a great week here at the studios. We've been a little bit more active at the hobby bench. We've been working on the Tamiya Panzer 470 Allcat version of that kit. It's a Tamiya kit, brand new tooling. We've been working on that, getting that up to, we want to work on it today and get the assembly process pretty much done so we can get it to paint. The idea is that we're doing some work in progress photos and we want to do a step-by-step with it. So once we get the assembly process complete, we're going to be moving on to the next phase of painting and weathering. So we're going to be using the Mission Models paint system first with primer and then base coating and camouflage and get it to those points. And we're going to walk through that process as well because we've been approached by Mission Models to do some tutorials. So this will be like a little bit of a first step for us to do something like that and help promote Mission Models and their paint system. We love it. We've been making some new purchases with them, and they're going to work with us in the future to help us out with some of the tutorials that we're going to be doing with that. And then we're going to move on from the paint phase to the weathering phase. We're going to be using some of the AK Interactive products. We've been doing business with AK Interactive for a very long time, since they first came out, and we've always liked their products, and we typically are working together with them, and it's great because they email us and they come up with a whole new list of products that they might have, brand new products, and they want us here at Red Beach One Studios to help promote some of their products. They've been personally contacting us. We're working together with AK. They sent us a tasty little promo code as an enticement to buy their products and then promote them here on our channel. And that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be using some AK weathering products on this kit. and definitely looking forward to that. And then with that, the final phase will be using some Abteilung 502 artist oils and pigments for the weathering process as well. So, and that's actually an AK product line as well. So we've been using 502 oils for some time now. We've been taking classes with Mike Rinaldi on his Rinaldi Studio Press live streams and tutorials and some of his videos, and we like to work together with Mike on that, and especially with some of his publications, namely the Tank Art series of books and his brand new forthcoming SM4 Brumbar book, which will be coming out. It's going to be at the printer now, and we're just waiting patiently, like most of us, to get that books in our hand, and we're going to help promote it. We're going to help get behind Mike and help promote his new book. A lot of new things with that, with QR codes and videos and stuff, and you guys are going to be quite impressed. So once Mike comes out and says okay, gives us the green light, then we'll start promoting it once we have it in our hands and everything. So definitely something to look forward to on that, and we're going to be moving forward with it, and we're going to be actually working on a Tamiya Brumbar late kit itself on our own bench, and once we get the SM4 book Brumbar, we're going to use that as a point of reference and walk through it and come up with our own version of it utilizing his book. So definitely something to look forward to. It's a future plan. There's been a little bit of a delay, but that's typical with publications and publishing companies, especially when you're dealing with international shipping and all that kind of stuff, and customs and all that kind of stuff. So again, we're working together with Mike Rinaldi Studio Press, and we're liking it. Mike's been a longtime friend of ours, going back many years ago, and we're quite excited about it. So we're going to help promote that as well, and promote some of our own new material coming up. So you guys have a lot to look forward to. Be sure to like this video and then subscribe to our Red Beach One Studios channel on YouTube. Red Beach One Studios can also be found on Instagram. We have quite a following over there, so be sure to look us up and follow us over there. We have quite the following over there. In fact, our following on Instagram has outpaced all the other social media platforms, including our Telegram channel, almost 3 to 1. So for every one person that follows us on other social media, we have 3 more to back us up over on Instagram. So that's become a nice little community over there. A lot of great armor modeling, figures, and diorama stuff over there, so we like to follow a lot of that stuff too. And we like to bring our personal interests, what interests us, to the forefront and share it with all you guys. And you know, we're all good buddies, we're all good friends. We've had a couple of great buddy builds going on here in at the studios, and we're going to keep doing those. We have another one we're actually going to bring back from the past, moving forward into the summer, with a Tamiya Kettenkrad. If you guys remember, we had a buddy build going on with that, so we're going to bring that one back and recycle it, and bring that one to the forefront. We're going to work together with our good old buddy Dana Kopet. We're going to bring it back and pick up where we left off, because it never really ended. But anyway, all right guys, we have a couple of things we want to cover down on here today before we sign off for the day, and we want to hit the model bench and get some work done on this Panzer 470. So one of the things that we want to cover down on with this kit is that we realize that it's a little bit of a different version of the Jagdpanzer IV, and some of our references were lacking in the Alket version of the vehicle. So one of the things we have, or had, is the Panzer Track series of books. So we won't cover down on that quite yet, because we know that that series of books is in reprint, and they're starting to reissue those, and we have a lot of the older copies of those up until the last few copies of the Berg Panther book, the Panzer IV H book, and then they did one on the Sturm Panzer IV for the Brumbar, which we will get to later on. However, the other source that's really a great source of information for reference and color profiles and just general information about specific vehicles, and again, is the Nuts and Bolts series from Germany. And one of the things that we did do is that we've been trying to track down, they had a Volume 1 and a Volume 2 specifically on the Jagdpanzer IV. Volume 1 covered the Jagdpanzer with the L-48 gun, or main armament. And the Volume 2 carried everything, all the vehicles with the L-70, the longer barrel 75, which also includes the VOMAG, more common Jagdpanzer IV, and also the Alket version of the Jagdpanzer IV, or more commonly known as today as the Panzer IV 70A. The A is for Alket, meaning the manufacturing company in Austria. So anyway, long story short, we picked up the Nuts and Bolts books. We had ordered them last weekend from our old friends down in Southbury, Connecticut, or Danbury, Connecticut. RZM Imports. Remy Spezzano is a longtime friend of ours from way back, and we've always had a great relationship with him, and we've always found a great source of imported books, hard to find books, and RZM Imports is the place to go for something like that. So we found the Nuts and Bolts number 37 and number 38, which we'll just briefly put across the screen here so you guys can see them. But we want to touch base on this really quick, and this is the Nuts and Bolts number 37. It covers the L-48 variants of the Jagdpanzer IV, and it's the first volume of a set, number 37. And then also, more specifically, and more important to us, is this one here. It's number 38 of the Nuts and Bolts series on the Jagdpanzer IV L-70, and this covers the VOMAG, and it covers down on the Alket vehicle. So these books are absolutely fantastic because it's like a combination of a lot of things. It covers down on all the historical background of the vehicle. It has wartime photos of the vehicle. It has all kinds of modifications, vehicle specifics, production information, unit information, where they were used in combat. It has combat effectiveness and different things. A lot of the wartime vehicle photos happen to be either destroyed, captured, or something like that, but they're all inclusive. There's some factory photos in this book. There's line drawings, something similar to what you might find in Panzer tracks. Sometimes those are very helpful when making specific versions of the vehicle. And there's also some color profiles in here, which is a very nice touch. It's reminiscent of like a squadron book, but they're well researched and documented as far as camouflage schemes, colors, markings, where they were used in combat, and specifically. So it covers down on a lot of information here in a small soft cover, easy to read. It's in both English and German text, which is a kind of nice additive. But we were happy to get those from RZM Imports. They arrived here yesterday afternoon, and we're quite happy with that. We're going to be using at least the number 38 to start on the Panzer IV 70A. So, essential gear to have when working on a model like this. When you don't have a lot of information, sometimes you have to like search around and pull up some photographs on the internet or something like that. But it's always best to have a handheld, something that you can pick up, look at, and reference your build. So, excuse us. So that's the number one thing here is to reference out materials and do some background checks. Anyway, guys, this is Rob from RB1S Studios. We wanted to cut this quick video here for you today, and we wanted to cover down on a few other things here at the studios before we sign off. And one of the other things that did arrive here this week, in fact, more importantly, is one of these. It's a precision work holder, and we've seen these things here on some of Mike Rinaldi's live streams. It's got a heavy base on it. It's got a little bit of a clamp, a little bit of adjustments here that you can use, a little bit of a toggle here. So anyway, you may have seen some of these things on Mike Rinaldi's live streams. He's been using them. We found ours on Amazon for short money, and we got one, and it showed up here at the studios yesterday. and we're quite happy about that. So we're going to give that a run today and see how that works out. And definitely check one of these things out because they're on Amazon. Just type in Universal Precision Work Holder. We were typing in tool holder, but it's Universal Precision Work Holder, and they have a variety of these. Some of them are on handheld wooden handle, but this one has a nice heavier base on it. They have different sizes and all this other stuff. Very compact, very unique, and if you order them from Amazon, you can get them within a short period of time, especially if you have Prime. So we want to touch base on that with you guys, and we're going to cover down on just a few more things, and then we're going to sign off for the day because we want to get to the bench. Excuse us again. There's a lot of pollen here in the air, and we got the window open here. All right. So anyway, looking forward to Red Beach One Studios build session. We're going to do another build session, guys. It's going to be on the 24th of June, which is a Saturday. So mark your calendars for the 24th of June. We're going to put up the official announcement later this week. We'll put it up and announce it and give you more specifics on it, especially the time frames. Typically, we run our build sessions from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's 1000 to 1500 Eastern Standard Time. Although this time, the last two times we've done it, it's been on our chat group, which we're still going to do, but we're going to do it live this time. We're going to have the ability to do it live. So we don't know how the video setup is going to work, but we're going to try it out on an audio setup first to start it. We don't know if we're going to record it and then re-release it or not, but it will definitely be live. It'll be a build session, and it'll be here at Red Beach One Studios. We're going to post it up on our social media platforms. We're going to officially announce it so we can get you guys signed up. Last time we had 9 guys sign up, including our good buddy Rick Lawler chimed in at the very end of it. He had been away at a model show that particular day, so he missed out on some of it, but he definitely chimed in at the very end, and that was great to have Rick aboard with us. And he's in our chat group, by the way, so if you guys are interested in that, sometimes he might comment on some of our work or something that's going on. It's great to have Rick aboard. He's a great friend of ours. We definitely support Rick and his propaganda channels on Patreon and on YouTube and on other social media. So we wanted to give Rick out a shout out as well. But anyway, so again, 24th of June, Red Beach One Studios build session. We'd like to invite everyone to it. We're going to post it up and see where we go from there. Again, it's going to be in 2 weeks. So we're going to do it live from our Telegram channel. And I don't know if we're going to record it or not, but we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Hit the hobby bench. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our video and check us out on social media. Guys, this is Rob from Red Beach One Studios. We're going to sign off today. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy this nice weather. Maybe get some backyard barbecue and some beers later. I think we're going to end up doing that today ourselves. And let's hit the bench. Adios, amigos.